Cartoonist Jonathan Shapiro, popularly known as Zapiro, has released his annual review of social commentary cartoons. RamApocalypse Now is a collection of his cartoons published on the Daily Maverick news website. As 2023 draws to a close, the Cape Town-based cartoonist reflects on the year that was through his satirical lens. Newzroom Afrika's Yazeed Kamaldien reports.
Cartoonist Zapiro's pen has critiqued South Africa's highs and lows over the last year. Among his standout satirical sketches is President Cyril Ramaphosa appearing as a superhero incapable of taking any action on major issues. Then there's South Africa's national rugby team jumping for joy on Springbok legs. And the more somber depiction of South Africa brutally beaten by thugs standing next to a car with an ANC logo. Zapiro says this cartoon is a sign of the times.
That story wasn't about South Africa being beaten or kicked. It was about Paul Mashatile's VIP protection unit mercilessly kicking and beating people on the side of the highway where they'd stopped. And it was about the fact that he was in that cavalcade and pretended afterwards that he wasn't even there. And then later said, oh, no, he was there, but he thought they were taking a leak or something. He just lied. He lied and lied. So the deputy president lied about his own protection unit. And what I did is I thought, how the hell can they just do this and get away with it? So I turned those people into one figure, South Africa, getting brutally beaten and kicked by these thugs on behalf of the second most powerful person in the country.
He says his work is not primarily for humor, but about making a statement or making people think more critically.
I don't start looking for a joke. I start looking for what I want to speak about, and I make very, very kind of conceptual notes about that. Like what I want to speak about. I think maybe those two things are connected. And then I write next to it, like, what is my opinion? I mean, what am I trying to say? So I'm much more interested in trying to say something than trying to find a joke. And the way that the cartoons happen is that I almost think of the content as something almost separate from the vehicle to say it. So once I've decided what kinds of things I'm interested in saying, then I think, well, how do I say it? If it's very, very wordy, it might end up being a comic strip.
Zapiro has published his cartoons in an annual review for the last 27 years. His latest edition is called RamApocalypse Now, taking inspiration for its title from a popular film.
While I was thinking about Putin and the movie and Ramaphosa, I suddenly thought, it's not apocalypse now, it's RamApocalypse Now. And the sort of devastation that's happening in the background is what's happening to the country under Ramaphosa. I mean, Parliament being burnt and PRASA and the economy, obviously ESCOM, all sorts of things happening. And does he look like a president who wants to be president? Probably the biggest thing I've done with him is make him look like a reluctant president who doesn't want to take action.
Zapiro says his work is not always understood, but he doesn't plan to stop doing it.
A lot of people don't really get hardcore satire, which, for me, the best satire is punching up, is not punching down. You're punching at the people in power. You're punching at government. You're punching at even opposition parties that have a certain degree of power. You're punching at corporations. You're punching at other countries that sort of somehow oppress the developing world, whatever. But sometimes people don't get that kind of satirical edge, and they think, well, this could be coming from a racist attitude towards a primarily black government or something like that. And this happens everywhere in the world. So I'm afraid that's one of the things that goes with the job. There are going to be people who just sort of don't understand. That's actually the role of the satirist, is to be skeptical, to knock people off pedestals, to knock the powerful.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Yazeed Kamaldien in Cape Town.